So my name is Heleen. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Amsterdam. I'm Dutch. And I started studying physics here in 2017. I did my bachelor's here, and now I'm doing my master's at the University of Amsterdam. And I'm currently doing my master's thesis in the Nikhef theory group. My research is about an anomaly in the standard model called the SciComm unitarity anomaly. There's this matrix called the SciComm matrix, which is about how much quarks of different generations can mix, kind of. And this matrix is supposed to be unitary in the standard model, which basically means that things need to add up to 1, certain things. And we found out that they don't experimentally, so that's an issue. And actually, besides the fact that they don't add up to 1, also different experiments disagree. So these are issues that, in the sense that our theoretical prediction doesn't agree with our experimental measurements. And I am trying to expand our theoretical model with new physics to explain this discrepancy. I usually work here at the Science Park, and since Nikhef is currently being renovated, my group is in the Mathematics Institute building, actually. So I go there every morning, and there's an office which actually is occupied by PhD students and postdocs, but there's usually a desk free, and then I just sit there with the other PhD students. And a lot of my work is either writing out calculations, like planning out a certain model or calculation, and then implementing that in a programming code. So I'm often either writing or coding, but then there are other things that happen on a weekly basis, like meeting with my supervisor at least once a week. And there are also group events which I always participate in, like journal clubs, seminars from people outside of Nikhef. And then there are more incidental things like travel. I've been to a conference in Brussels in September, and I'll be going to Seattle later this year for a month. So there's actually quite a lot of travel involved in being a master's student and PhD student as well, I think. And then sometimes there are even more fun things like Nikhef Christmas dinner or other social events. So I think my advice for someone who wants to get into physics research would be to, it's a cliche, but mostly stick to what you like in physics, what you enjoy. It can be difficult to figure out, but I think before you get to the master's thesis stage, you're already studying for quite some years, so you must have had the chance to do different types of courses. And I think just stick to the ones that make you most curious, even if it's not the most impressive sounding words. For example, I think string theory is a huge, a booming field now, and it sounds pretty cool if you say you're doing string theory. But if your interest lies elsewhere, then that's also fine. And so just stick to what you like, and I think also try to be secure in your own research. Even if you don't get positive feedback all the time, doesn't mean that you're doing badly. I think this can be strange as you switch from doing courses and getting grades to doing research and not getting feedback every 2 months in the form of a grade, but just try to be confident. I think the thing I like the most is I like the kind of day-to-day, the calculations, the coding, but the moment where I really feel most in awe of what I'm doing is when I zoom out and, for example, tell other people what I'm researching or do an outreach presentation. And that's when I realize that I am actually charting new parts of the most elementary particles we have. And that feels like a very fundamental and important thing to do to me. So that's what motivates me the most, I think, and what I like most.